Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I am Crypto Kip, and today we got quite a bit to talk about in another live stream. A lot is going on. We've got tax proposals on cryptocurrency mining. We've got meme coins rallying like crazy. We've got banks continuing to fail, even after the Fed comes out and says banks are looking stable. Also, we get a little bit of an interest rate hike and some Bitcoin volatility, but really, I mean, some of these meme coins are getting a little out of hand, but are they something that we really want to be buying right now? I see the chat going. Benny Blue Eyes, John, good to have you guys. You got Francisco, we got the crew. Smash up like, guys, subscribe to the channel. So good to be back. We are giving away $1,000 worth of Bitcoin to one lucky subscriber when we hit 10,000 subscribers on the channel. Just getting out of a Twitter Spaces with Alpha. Great Twitter space. Always having a good conversation. Make sure you check that out. But let's get into it, guys. Let me know some of the questions you guys have. There's a lot of new tokens popping up. I'm sure there's a lot of questions out there. Lot to learn as we are getting ready for another bull market. Absolutely incredible, but it is coming. It has been a long journey. We started this YouTube channel a little over a year ago now. We just had our 1-year anniversary of putting out content. And this thing is starting to heat up for the first time since we've had the channel. And I'm just so excited for the community, for everybody that's been dollar cost averaging and just doubling down, tripling down through this bear market into this accumulation phase that we're now in and moving towards this bull market and meme coins going crazy. Wild stuff. Hello, guys. Daniel, appreciate the compliments. Red Dragon, let's crow. Absolutely, let's crow. Let's get into it, guys. Let's look at what's going on. So, first up, the overall market cap is doing pretty well, guys. We're at $1.185 trillion, which is decent. Now, I'm going to pull up the overall market cap to just kind of get it off and started here. We called bottom on this channel. This was the FTX collapse. You look at November of 2022, FTX collapsed. We call it bottom, and it was right around here. And since then, we have rallied, I mean, from $796 billion all the way to $1.2 trillion. We rallied $500 billion here, and, you know, varying. We had peaks and valleys over the last really 3 months, 4 months, and it's been incredible. And this isn't even a bull market. Look at a real bull market. Here you go. Back in 2017, we had this one. Look at the significant upward move. We still haven't had this in this bull market yet. We're not in a bull market yet. Or are we? Let me know in the comments down below. Matter of fact, let me put out a poll real quick because it's such a weird question. Are we in a bull market? Are we in the end of a bear market? Are we in a accumulation phase? I'm going to ask you guys, are we in a bull market? Let me know what you guys think. Very curious. Let me know your comments there. So guys, look, we hit about, 1.3 trillion kind of at its most recent peak. And if we can break above that, we will continue to move upward and onward. But as you can see, back in the last bull market, we kind of dipped down. That was the spot where we bounced. So that's pretty significant resistance. So we are really at a spot for the overall market cap where we seem to be in a spot where it wants us to trade sideways. Now, meme coins are rallying. Bitcoin's done pretty well, kind of halted at $30,000. Some people believe that it's going down to 21K. Some people believe that it's going to $35,000. I'm more on the upside side of the argument. I believe we're due for a little more upside. Why? Well, we'll talk about a lot of those reasons in this video because there's so many conditions that are just priming us for a huge bull market, possibly one bigger than we've ever seen before. Just because of the politics that are getting involved. It's very, you know what, I don't like politics, but guys, it's heating up. It's getting real. It's really a part of the conversation, and it's getting intense. It's very intense. Price of Bitcoin coming in at $28,790. Francisco Gabriel, agree with me on the bull market. We'll begin more later. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's like this is almost a bull market. I would like to call it a bull market, but at the same time, I have to acknowledge there's a possibility of more downside. I don't think we break below what we call bottom. I think FTX bottom is true bottom. And from there, maybe we have some volatility. But really, I'm more leaning towards the argument that we just kind of continue upward from here, which would then make me want to say we're kind of in a bull market. But it's not truly one yet. As soon as we're past the Bitcoin halving, I'd probably feel more comfortable talking bull market. 1.9 K for ETH right now, which is pretty darn good. And if you look at some of the top gainers, a lot of new tokens are coming out. SUI, SUI. This token is, I think, essentially an Ethereum competitor. I haven't really done that much research on this thing yet, but I can tell you this. Everybody's talking about it. The only other coin I've seen that it seems like everybody's talking about is Pepe, which some people hate, some people love it. Some people are so excited about it, doubling down, tripling down, taking a lot of risk, which is very dangerous. Some people are avoiding it like the plague, which I can totally respect because at the end of the day, it's like going to the casino. I think there's an argument to be made, which I'm going to make later in this video, that there could be some more upside for the token. But I'll tell you this, Pepe, SUI, whatever it is, whether it stays around or not, there's a lot of coins that are coming out. There's a lot of excitement around those coins. And I haven't seen that in a while. Again, I've been doing a video on crypto for the last year. I've done over 1.4K videos, 1,400 videos plus. And I have not seen in this whole time we've been doing these videos such excitement around new tokens. We haven't had a lot of new tokens that came out. So this is very optimistic. This feels very, very good. Bitcoin had a little bit of volatility surrounding the Fed recently, so that was very interesting. But let's get into some of the content. Guys. So looking at CRO right now, and we'll talk about some of the CRO. There are more partnerships, guys. Chris Marsliak is speaking out a lot more. Seems like he's gaining his confidence on Twitter. CRO, though, is still not breaking out above this blue trend line I've been talking about. I want to see us break above it, move to 8.6 cents, and hopefully break out, and then move to fair value, which is pre-FTX collapse, which you talk about so much on this channel. I do believe there's a lot of things that are coming. The Loaded Lions got more of an announcement today. We got AI bots. We got partnerships. We'll get into some of that, but let's look at Bitcoin right now to get a flavor for where I think we're kind of going here before we get into some of the content. So let me kind of frame it up for you. Overall, guys, I'm bullish. Now, I think we could most likely trade in this channel and then break to the upside. If I had to guess, I'd say, we're going to trade a little bit in this channel and then break to the upside, move towards this $32,500 price level, possibly even a little bit higher, maybe up to, I don't know, 32.7 possibly. We'll have to see how it plays out. But what happens if we break down to the downside? Well, I'll tell you this, and I put this out in a video earlier. If the overall market cap of crypto breaks down to the $1 trillion level, which is a very strong floor for crypto overall, that's about a 12% retracement. If we got a 12% retracement on Bitcoin, that would bring us down to about 25,000. I think that's the lowest we go, personally. That's what I'd like to see. I'm not going to, die on that hill. I think there's a chance that we could go lower. But if I had to take a guess, if we did break to the downside, which I don't think we will break to the downside personally, then I think maybe $25,200 could be in the cards. For sure. That could be possible. More likely, I see us at most breaking out at 28,100-ish, low 2,800, maybe 27,000, high 27,000 at the lowest. And then, again, breaking out to the upside of this channel. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, but that's the flavor I got, and there's a couple reasons why, and let's kind of get into it. So look at this Forbes article, new market regime. They're saying the Fed may have just triggered a $100 billion Bitcoin price boom as Ethereum surges back. So yesterday, the Fed came out. They announced they're going to do a 0.25% interest rate hike. Why? Because they're still trying to battle inflation. Well, some people believe, and I believe this as well, that is the last Fed rate hike for a while. I think it's the 10th consecutive, the 10th, you can see here, 10th consecutive interest rate hike, which has been brutal for the economy, for everybody. Bitcoin kind of typically rallied after all these rate hikes, which is very interesting. So again, I want you to point out here, Bitcoin just shrugs off all this interest rate stuff. Anything to do with the economy, anything to do with the traditional economy, with the Fed, Bitcoin seems to just shrug it off. So now we're saying a new market regime and Bitcoin may have a $100 billion Bitcoin boom because of this. Well, maybe. The overall markets could heat up a little bit more because now if there's no rate hikes, does that make us more bullish? Well, yeah, but I don't think it really changes the conversation for Bitcoin, honestly. Maybe some speculators would change the way that they kind of choose to buy a little bit more based on this information. But really, I don't think any conversations changed here. It's kind of weird to show that we want crypto to split from I want crypto to split from the traditional market. I want it to be its own thing. I want it to be a global currency. I want all the countries from around the world to figure out their regulation, especially the U.S. We'll talk about some U.S. regulation in a bit. And I think that would be more of the reason that Bitcoin is due for a price boom. We have a 4-year cycle, but this Fed narrative definitely is going to help for sure. This Fed narrative is definitely going to bring more bullish sentiment to the traditional markets and probably to crypto as well. So this is cool. This is good to see. But at the same note, in his comments, so this was crazy, guys. The Fed came out, did this interest rate hike. Now you got people that are bullish on all this. But the truth is this. Fed came out and said that the U.S. banking system is sound and resilient. This is what he said after the First Republic Bank failure. First Republic Bank was purchased by JP Morgan Chase. Now, Bitcoin set a new record of daily transactions on the same day that the U.S. government quietly engineered this buyout of First Republic Bank by JP Morgan. Very interesting to see. Now, in his comments, the Federal Chair Jerome Powell said that he didn't want to see these mega banks get bigger and he didn't want to see more consolidation of banks to getting eaten up by these big boys. He doesn't want to see a monopoly. Meanwhile, here you go. We are seeing JP Morgan acquire all these banks. I think that's the second bank now that they've acquired, I believe. At least this bank is very large and this was a significant acquisition for them. But he says that the banking system is sound and resilient. Well, now, yesterday, another bank on the brink. PacWest stock crashes 53%. So we have proof that politicians, the Fed, Jim Cramer, all these bigwig people you see on TV have been either wrong or they're lying to us. They're either wrong or they're just straight up lying to us. Because everybody keeps saying, and Joe Biden even said the other day, the banks, we see the banks stabilizing. We don't see the banks stabilizing. We see them destabilizing. We see more things collapsing. We see the Fed come out and say, what does he say? The banking system is sound and resilient. And then boom, all of a sudden, PacWest stock crashes. That's not the only one. There are so many banks having an issue right now, and it's getting out of control. What's crazy to me is the Fed raising these interest rates puts more pressure on these banks. Now, the fact that they might not do more interest rate hikes, this could be the light at the end of the tunnel for banks at least. But this is why, guys, everybody's so excited about Bitcoin right now because we're abandoning ship. I said it the other day. We are shuffling around deck chairs on the Titanic. We need to avoid the iceberg altogether. How can you do that? Buy Bitcoin. It's your life raft. Bitcoin's your life raft. Not financial advice, but look at the way that this thing is being bought up right now as all these fears are coming. And this comes after a major collapse. FTX collapsed not even 5-6 months ago. It's only 5-6 months ago. That's not a lot of time. And we've had such a recovery. This shows you how strong this asset class really is. And now I am very happy to see this. Bitcoin Magazine reported today, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is going to make his first appearance as a presidential candidate at Bitcoin 2023. This is significant because for the first time ever, we've got political leaders talking about, obviously, CBDCs, but Bitcoin and crypto as well. You have the Biden administration coming out proposing a 30% tax on Bitcoin mining because of its energy use. Well, Robert F. Kennedy strongly opposes that. And these guys are going to go head-to-head on the debate stage during the primaries because Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is a Democrat, as is Joe Biden, so they will battle on this. And This is the first presidential candidate I believe we've ever had at a Bitcoin conference, which is extremely significant. Not to mention it's a Kennedy, which is even more significant. And he's coming directly against some of the hardline positions that the Biden administration and just some other political leaders have had against crypto. We are having pro-crypto candidates come out. And that's not all, guys. You see Ben Armstrong, the creator of BitBoy Crypto, BitBoy himself, coming out very excited that he is doing an interview with Donald Trump Jr. So on the other side of the aisle, you have the Democrats. Some of them are pro-crypto, some of them are anti-crypto. You've got some pro-crypto Republicans and some anti-crypto Republicans. Unfortunately, crypto is getting politicized, but if you have Robert Kennedy Jr. pro-crypto, who's a Democrat, and if you had Donald Trump Jr. and BitBoy convince their father, Donald Trump, during the next election to start getting pro-crypto, this could be really, really significant for Bitcoin and this asset class, guys. So this is really exciting stuff. This is really exciting stuff. And Gary Gensler is looking like he might be in bad shape. He might be in bad shape, guys. Looking at this poll, I'm just going to end the poll. Let's see what we got. So to the question I posed, are we in a bull market? 82% of people say no. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. That is super interesting. Yeah, I was surprised we didn't get more of like a 50-50 there. But yeah, I mean, I don't see a lot of influencers. Nobody's really calling it a bull market yet. I want to, but I do think that it's a little early to call it. Just because it's not a bull market doesn't mean you can't get gains, though. And looking at some of these things that are coming ahead, guys, this is a big deal. This is a big deal that we have large, big-time political leaders, big names coming out, Kennedys, the Trumps potentially getting pro-crypto. It's very, very interesting. It's controversial, but that's good. Bad press is good press. You know, I mean, that's potentially one of the reasons that Donald Trump got elected in the first place. Regardless if you like him or don't like him, he probably got elected because the media decided to give him a little extra exposure, mostly negative. And though it was negative, it drove him to win that, at least the first election. So bad press is good press. This is going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. In the meantime, the SEC is flip-flopping. You know, they are trying so hard to come after crypto, but it's very unclear what their position really is still. We are still very, very kind of in the dark on what they think. Now, they were going to come out and they were about to define what a digital asset is, but they deleted the final version of a rule, and this move was going to potentially start formalizing crypto's role. So he almost came out with some clarity and some regulation, but then decided against it. But now he doesn't have a choice, because now that SEC is coming after and issued a Wells notice to Coinbase, and Brian Armstrong is up a wall about it. He came out with his chief legal officer, did a fantastic video coming directly at Gary Gensler. The SEC has 10 days to respond to some of the criticism that Coinbase put out there. Essentially, when they initially did their IPO, they were the same company. Now, 2 years later, the SEC comes back, and though they approved them 2 years ago, says, I don't really know about you. So they're going to be put on the spot and forced to respond. I don't know how they're going to respond to this, but hopefully we can get some more clarity, or we can see some kind of legal action taken against the SEC, because frankly, what they're doing right now is childish. It's unclear. It's unprofessional. It's really pathetic regulation. Everybody agrees with this, and even people that are anti-crypto agree with this. It's very interesting. We've seen Elizabeth Warren come after Gary Gensler big time, and she hates crypto. So this is going to be a very interesting story to see play out, and hopefully put some more pressure on them in the Ripple case. Really would love to see Ripple come out ahead here. Not only would that boom Ripple, but that would absolutely boom the rest of the crypto market, in my opinion. New Type is asking in the comments if we address the concerns with Crypto.com and Metropolitan Bank. I hope Crypto.com has backup plan if bank falls. Their stock has fallen a lot. Yeah, Chris Marsliak addressed that. He's not worried about it. I think he said there's going to be a lot more pain coming on some of the banking issues that are going on, but I don't think that was an issue for them. They have a lot of cash. I think they're fine. Look at their reserves. I'm not worried about it at all. Pretty sure that he's addressed that quite a bit. On top of this, though SEC is coming and getting put to the test, and a U.S. court orders them to basically come up and speak to some of the allegations that Coinbase put out there. Coinbase is still taking a step back, and they're going to stop issuing new loans via Coinbase Borrow. So you used to be able to buy, you still can borrow against your Bitcoin. Well, they're going to cut off this program completely on May 10th. So they're definitely taking a cautious approach. And if I am also I'm going to refresh this page because I want to show you guys something. Shout out to crypto.com because look at this ad. Look at this ad. This is CoinDesk, one of the biggest publications for crypto media. Here you go. You got the crypto.com ad. You see the cards. You just saw Chris Marzak come out to say he's going to boost the card benefits. Love to see this. Love to see this. Michael Artezi in the chat. Good to have you. Good to have you. We got Chef X3. We got Benny Blue Eyes, Paxab. We got a lot of folks in the chat. Texas Crypto. Good to have you in the chat. Good to have you in the chat. Welcome, everybody. Smash up a like. Let me know what questions you guys have. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm flying solo today. We're missing Black Sea, but I want to get some questions from the community today on kind of how you're feeling on the overall crypto market. On top of, Coinbase taking a step back in the U.S., they took a step forward overseas, which is very, very cool to see. Last month, the Coinbase chief executive, Brian Armstrong, had warned that crypto firms would develop offshore havens unless the U.S. and Britain make their rules for the industry much, much clearer. We would like to see the U.S. take a similar approach instead of regulation by enforcement, which is what the SEC's been doing, which has led to a disappointing trend for crypto development in the U.S., which is why they launched an international crypto derivatives exchange to get more exposure overseas, regardless of if it's in America or not. I want to see crypto go global. And I mean, it's already global, but I want to see it to continue to be global, to continue to grow globally. Yeah, I think it's absolutely huge. Chef X3 asking, what do you think about that incoming burn, Crow fam? Well, let's talk about Cronos. Thanks for the question, Chef X3. I think it's awesome. I'll tell you this. Now, I was just in a Twitter Spaces with Alpha, a.k.a. Island Thunder. He's got a great Twitter space. Check him out if you haven't done it. And we were talking a little bit about the burn. I proposed the question to the team over there. And I got a lot of mixed reviews, but overall, people like the burn. We want more burns. It's going to cause more excitement for the community. And overall, I think it's a good thing. You see some validators coming out and speaking against it, Finland being one of them. And some people are concerned. We're going to make a little less money on our staking. The validators are going to make a little less money. My argument would be, but what if the Crow price goes up a little bit more because of it? It could at least counter the gain potential that you're going to lose from the staking. And I think we need more excitement. We need more burns. And really, the inflation rate of Crow isn't so good right now. We need to continue to work on that. And not only are they going to do this burn, but down the road, they even talked about doing more burns like Ethereum on each transaction, which would, again, add to more burning, which would be, again, great. Now, some people say we need to burn 1 billion tokens. Some people say 100 million is not enough. I say it's a start, and I welcome it. Some validators aren't that excited about it. I say other validators will step up if those validators step down because they don't like it. Really, I think that some people have kind of thrown their hands up in the air in frustration. For most part, I think the Crow fam, I think the Crypto.com community is very excited. Not to mention, we're getting a huge burn. Well, a decent burn, 100 million tokens over the next year. Coming after an Amazon partnership. Coming after a Samsung partnership, coming after 2 additional partnerships for the Cronos team, most recently Wombat, more Web3 potential, more gaming potential. I'm very confident. Now, this is something that Black Sea and I have been talking about for a while. This coin has been trading like a stable coin. It's been very slow, the Crow coin. It's been a little frustrating for the holders. I am a big holder. I totally understand. But we speculated this. Maybe when the bull market comes, Cronos and Crypto.com come to the table with more exciting news. Maybe the Crypto.com and Cronos team have been waiting for more momentum in the crypto markets to announce some of these partnerships strategically so that they take advantage of the momentum that the crypto markets have, put out an exciting news story, and get some pumpability out of their token. And when we had the Amazon partnership specifically, we absolutely saw the coin move up. When we saw the Samsung partnership specifically, we absolutely saw the CRO price move up. Now, we didn't see it so much with these Cronos partnerships for these Web3 gaming projects, but I think there's an argument to be made that they strategically have been holding these partnerships, preparing to launch these partnerships for when there's momentum, which I think is brilliant. I think it's absolutely brilliant. We want to have news during these markets when they're pumping, and hopefully we'll get more excitement, more traction, and possibly CRO can get back up to a top 20 coin, maybe even a top 10 coin, maybe get, half a market cap of Binance, which arguably it should. I've talked about this so many times. Binance has about a $50 billion market cap. Cronos has about a $2 billion market cap right now. Cronos, Crypto.com has half the amount of users as Binance. And the only argument to say that it wouldn't be half the value of Binance is when you do look at the total value locked up in the Cronos chain, it's about 1/20th or 1/25th of the amount that Binance has locked up in Binance Smart Chain. So maybe that's why the price is where it's at. But then again, Cronos is only a 2-year-old chain, and so it's in its infancy. Look at all these partnerships. Leaves me bullish, folks. Leaves me bullish, guys. Yeah, Michael Artezi says, I think it's minimal, but it's a start. I totally agree. The burn is minimal, but it's a start. Something's better than nothing, right? And so I think we got to turn our negativity into positivity. I think there is a lot of negativity, a lot of impatience with the price action for the CRO token, which again, I totally understand. I got quite a few Cronos tokens. I'm waiting for the price to move up. And I'm patient, though. I believe in the project. I loved the AMA with Chris Marsliak the other day. He came out, he announced an AI bot. He announced that they've got not only that, but now a customer service AI bot that they're coming out with. They've got Amy, which is for the crypto.com/trade platform, which is the competing platform to CoinMarketCap, essentially. Now they got an AI bot called Alfred coming out on the crypto.com main app to help, because they get 100,000 requests per day during a bull market through customer service. They need help. Well, they're going to use AI technology, which is great. I think they're on the forefront here. Not only that, but compliance as well with regulators. So this is really, really good to see. And then on top of this, other exciting news for Crypto.com, CROFAM's getting ready for not only the Loaded Lions main city, but now they are offering up an airdrop to... It's not decided who they're going to be airdropping these backpacks to, but they're doing 5 unique backpack NFTs, 5 different types of backpacks. There's going to be, I believe, 50,000, it looks like, of these things in total. 25,000 of them will be airdropped, and the other 25,000 will be sold. So 25,000 airdrops, 25,000 sold. Very, very interesting to see. Now, here's the question. Who is going to be getting these airdrops? Is it the Loaded Lion holders? Is it the Loaded Lion and the Cyber Cub holders? Is it the Crypto.com land NFT holders? Now, I was just again in the Twitter Spaces earlier today, and I think I heard from somebody in that community probably what most likely is. Everybody's kind of been brainstorming. It would make most sense probably for the people that bought the land to get the airdrop, because if there's 25,000 to be airdropped, well, there's 25,000 plots of land. So maybe an airdrop for each land holder, which is why we did see the Crypto.com land floor price get swept, went from 40 to 60 very quickly on this news. So we don't know what's in these backpacks. We don't know how valuable they're going to be. We hope that the mint will go smoothly, unlike some of the other mints. But this is yet another reason. Look at all these things. We've got partnerships. We've got the chain, which is growing and new. We've got the metaverse, which is coming. We've got so many different things, guys, that are coming out right now. It's absolutely incredible. It's absolutely incredible. I'm getting very excited. And we need more hype for the Loaded Lions holders because the floor prices has just been kind of steady and downward, but I think we're finally getting some hype around it. Look at Pepe right here, 3.41 million tweets. It is trending right now. This thing will not stop. We are going to be talking about Pepe. It's coming. Francisco Gabriel, I want my airdrop too. Yes, we want airdrops. The Crow fam wants some airdrops. Totally agree with you. Now, this was, I don't know who this is, Mr. Cronos.crow. If you're in the chat, let me know. But this was one of the greatest tweets I saw here in a while about crypto.com. This is something I didn't think about. Kudos to this guy for putting together this equation. And let me know if you think this is dumb, if you think this is spot on, if you think it's insignificant. But here's the equation. Now, Chris Marszak came out the other day, and he said crypto.com's goal in the next bull market is to get to 250 million users. Okay? Now, we are currently at about 80 million users. So he wants to do about, what is that? A 4x, a 5x from here in terms of user growth, which I think is very possible. I think it's conservative, and I like conservative. Because when people get heated up for these bull runs, it comes fast. People start panicking. FOMO is real. If this is your first time around, FOMO is so real. You're seeing it with Pepe right now. I still think maybe there's a lot more FOMO ahead for Pepe. We'll have to see how that plays out. But 250 million users is their goal. Now, if you take the supply of Cronos tokens, which is 30 billion tokens, and you divide it by 250 million users, assuming each user wants some Crow, that equates to 120 Crow per user, which would give, which would put the price of Crow so high because there's some people that are probably buying Crow coin that aren't crypto.com users as well, I would assume. This is a crazy thought, and that really gets me even more bullish. I'm just putting together all the different things for you guys to get an idea of why, we are so excited. Why do we talk about this token so darn much on the channel? Well, because I really do believe there's a future, and you start to look at some of these numbers, the ones, Binance versus crypto.com. Look at the user growth goal for crypto.com versus the supply of the token. This is getting kind of interesting, guys. And somebody bought 1 million Crow on this news. Shout out to Crypto G Party with 1 million Crow. Bought it on May 3rd. Absolutely incredible. Super spectacular. Yeah, so pretty interesting. 3 times 80. Yeah, my bad. 3 times 8, 240. Quick math, mental math. So 3x. I think it's very conservative, guys. I think it's very conservative. 120 Crow per user. Pretty spectacular. I think that could really kind of give you an idea of how high this thing can really go. Really go. And now here's another one. I didn't even know this. So Crypto.com tweeted out, and Chris Marszak retweeted it. Hashtag Fortune favors the brave in one tweet, calling out Joel Embiid. He became the MVP for the NBA, and he is part of the 76ers. Crypto.com Arena and the 76ers have a partnership. So Crypto.com is everywhere in that arena with all those teams, which were all competing at a very, very high level this year. So they were all kind of in the headlines. So was Crypto.com because of it, which was great. But then I realized that they were retweeting this MVP of the NBA's Twitter profile. And then I clicked on it and I looked at his profile. Again, the MVP of the NBA. And his profile picture is a loaded lion. I didn't notice this. I've been doing videos on Cronos, Crypto.com for a very long time. I've seen him in ads. He's been an ambassador for Crypto.com to a sense. He's been doing ads for them. I had no idea he had one of the 3D glasses NFTs for the loaded lions. This is very bullish for loaded lions in my mind. Because if people love this MVP, which I'm sure they do, he's got 2.1 million followers. all they got to do is look at this and go, what the heck is this profile picture? And then you kind of start to look through some of his tweets and you start to realize, oh, it's crypto.com. Look into some of the comments, see some of the Crow fam commenting with their loaded lion profile pictures. People are going to figure this out and they are going to start realizing, and look, here he goes. He puts out other videos, more tweeting out crypto.com. Here you go. He retweets crypto.com. This is all great to see. Here, crypto.com challenge, kept doing it. More people are going to get brought into the crypto.com family, getting to that 250 million user goal, getting more loaded lion floor prices moving up as the loaded lion metaverse is about to launch in Q2. That's coming up in the next month or so, right? It's coming up within a month or two very soon. So there's a lot of things to be excited about. We got Gold Pony Crypto in the comments. Gold Pony, thanks for joining. We had a great collaboration with Gold Pony the other day. Unfortunately, I was having some internet issues, but I fixed it, Gold Pony, so we got to get you back. I owe you another one. Love to come back on your channel as well, but so good to get together with the crypto.com, the Crow fam community. I'd love to do another one with Oscar as well. We talked with Satoshi Aoki. Love to get some more crypto.com influencers in the fold and just people, crypto lovers. Really, I'd love to do more collaborations with people. But Gold Pony, so good to do that video with you the other day. Yeah, and his interviews are funny. He's good guy, and the fact that he's got a lion gets me excited. Gets me excited, guys. All right, so it's time to talk Pepe. All right, look, I did a poll, I think, the other day on Pepe. I don't know how many fans we have of Pepe, but this is definitely my favorite meme pick of Pepe. That's why I put it in the thumbnail today. He's got another green candle for you. I mean, this thing could collapse now. This could collapse in 2 minutes. It could collapse tomorrow. It could collapse next week. It could collapse 6 months from now. It could be a rug. It could certainly be a rug. I put this tweet out earlier. Go to my Twitter, Crypto Kip tweets. Let me know your thoughts. Is this thing a rug or are there more green candles? Well, I put this out 6 hours ago. We ended up getting more green candles. And I think this is what everybody's looking out for. We are not seeing this listed yet on some major exchanges. This has not been listed on Binance. And this has not got listed on crypto.com. This has not got listed on Coinbase either yet. Now, you can track the price officially on crypto.com. So saw this. You can actually see the on crypto.com app. You can see the Pepe token price chart now. You weren't able to see that about 4 or 5 days ago. They added it, which hints maybe, possibly, they're considering adding it. I think, and I said in this tweet, if it breaks $1 billion market cap, then I think a listing for these 3 exchanges, at least one of them, would be on the table. And I'd say if one of them does it, likely 2 of the 3 would. Coinbase would be the least likely to do it, maybe, in my mind, possibly. We'll have to see. Crypto.com would be a likely candidate because they brought a lot of traffic. Hey, if they're trying to target new users, and if Pepe token is a real thing, and we saw how crazy it is trending on Twitter right now, by far the most talked about meme token in all of crypto, at the moment, at least. This could be a way for them to gain more users. If people are trying to find a way to buy Pepe, it's not that easy to buy Pepe in the US right now, at least. I had to go to MetaMask, and I had to trade it on MetaMask. So, I mean, it's pretty easy, but a lot of people don't love the Ethereum fees that they got to do. So if we could buy it through an exchange like crypto.com, I wouldn't have to do those fees on Uniswap through MetaMask. If I could buy it on Binance, same thing. Coinbase, same thing. So if these get listed, you could see, another potential 100% rally. I don't think we're going to get 100x out of this token. There's no way there's going to be another 100x on this token. That's impossible in my mind. But I could see a 10x. I could certainly see a 10x. Here you go. Here's the chart. Oh my gosh, it went up even more. Wow, I didn't even see it. So, when I pulled this up at the beginning of the stream, it was here. Since I put together all the materials for the stream, it went up another. Oh my goodness, it went up another 14%. So, guys, I mean, this thing's out of control right now. I mean, this is a wagon that is just running down a hill, well, up a hill. Look at this daily candle. Look at this daily candle. 87.99% gains on a daily candle. Guys, I bought this thing the other day, and matter of fact, I probably bought it right here. I'm up about 100% on this thing. So, you could sit there and say that I FOMO'd in, and I'll sit here and I tell you, I put about an ETH into this thing, and I don't regret it at all, clearly, because it went up. And if it had gone down, I wouldn't regret it either. Why? Because I know what I'm getting into. I'm not willing to I put in as much as I'm willing to risk. I was talking about this in a Twitter space earlier. Buying a coin that's moving up this fast is like going to the casino. It really is. It's like going to the casino. And this is like going to a roulette table and putting money on red. I put an ETH down on red. Why? Well, because I'm willing to take on that risk. And I'm not advising anybody to buy this token. I think it's an incredibly risky bet. And frankly, I think it's stupid to buy it at this point unless you're trying to gamble. Unless you're trying to gamble, you shouldn't buy this token. If you want to gamble, buy this token. Now, no, if you're trying to gamble, you don't need to buy this token, but this is a token to gamble on. Not advising anybody to buy it, but I'll tell you, I bought it because if this thing is going to be like a Shiba Inu or like a Dogecoin, which it certainly has the vibes in terms of hype of one of those tokens, I didn't want to miss it. So there you go. FOMO, but again, with a reasonable amount of my portfolio, not putting in more than I'm willing to lose. And I highly recommend you do the same. And I intend taking some profit off the table, actually getting my initial investment out very, very soon, possibly even after this stream. I'll keep you guys posted. But nothing goes straight up. So could be a good mover in the next bull market, but also could be reaching the end very soon. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Very curious. So we've done a couple videos on it. It's crazy because I did a video on Pepe 11 days ago, and I didn't buy it at that time. I really wish I did. I saw it in the cards. I knew there was a lot of hype here. I just didn't pull the trigger, and I made a mistake, and I missed out on a huge amount of upside. Made some good money here in the last day. About $2,000 in a couple days, 2-3 days from it. But I'm going to keep an eye on it. Guys, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. We do a lot of Cronos videos here. We talk about everything in the crypto market, from some of the new tokens. I'm going to be talking more about Sui. I think a lot of people are excited about that. I got to look into that project. Talk about some of the Bitcoin miner regulations that are coming out. We're currently at 8.71 thousand subscribers on the channel. We got 1.4K videos. If you haven't subscribed already, do, because we are giving away $1,000 of the Bitcoin at 10,000 subscribers. We are almost there. And we are giving away a loaded lion NFT at $25,000 subscribers on the channel. So don't miss out on that. Yeah, guys, let me look through the chats here. Let's see what we got going on. Let's see what the comments are looking like. And I'll pull up some charts. We'll continue to peek here at these charts. Let's see what we got. Okay, so let's see what we got. Pepe will rug soon, says Michael Artezi. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people definitely think that it's going to rug soon. I don't know. I can't predict the future. Some people think it's going to flip Shiba Inu. I kind of fall in between. I think anything's possible with this coin. It's a meme coin. Not a fantastic investment unless you make money. All right. So, telling you the obvious there. Looking for some other questions here. Okay. Benny Blue Eyes asking me, and please throw some other questions up, folks. Crypto Kip, do you think Gary is trying to push all other exchanges out of America and pave the way for the new government, one that springs up that is attached to the CBDC? To pave the way for the new government, one that springs up attached to the CBDC. Well, I think I know what you're saying there, Benny. Look, I don't think that Gary Gensler is... Yes, I mean, so I think that the government overall, I think the powers that be are trying to pave the way for a CBDC. Okay, so let me put that out there straight away. I think Gary Gensler could certainly be involved with it. I don't want to call it a new government. I just want to call it the government. I just want to call it the elites. So I think that there's definitely a push towards CBDCs. I think you see even somebody like Elizabeth Warren being pro CBDC. You see Robert Kennedy anti CBDCs. You see him pro Bitcoin, pro crypto. That's good to see. But I think Gary Gensler is about to reach the end. I think Gary Gensler's toast. I think that as we see them have 10 days to come back and rebuttal Coinbase's allegations against them, they're not really going to have a good set of things to say. I think you see Gensler coin. You see Gary Gensler coin coming out. That is just a movement to say, we don't like you so much, Gary Gensler, in the crypto space, and we're going to raise awareness for you by pumping up a token so that everybody talks about it, so that we see how passionate we are about our dislike for you, Gary. I don't know much about that token other than that I believe that's why it's out there. Meme coins are going crazy. Gary Gensler's going down. I don't think, some people even said, Benny, that maybe he's got some backdoor dealings with China, and you see China right now pushing crypto so hard. You see Hong Kong trying to become a hub for crypto. And, I don't think he's necessarily like a China ally or anything like that either. I think he just got caught with his pants down on the FTX collapse thing. He's been trying to push crypto regulation, and he's failing straight up. So, I hope I gave you my thoughts on that anyway. It's very, very interesting to see this play out. Very interesting to see this play out. Banks are failing. The Fed just lied to us, essentially. The Fed lied to us. Why? Well, the Fed lies because they said that the banks are looking a little more secure and stable. Then, all of a sudden, there they go. Another bank collapses by 50% overnight. So, there's a lot of craziness going on here. There's a lot of craziness going on, and there's a lot of reasons to just ignore Gary Gensler and look towards the future. I think it's a global asset. It's not all about the USA. So good to see Coinbase diversify and move on with the crypto derivatives platforms overseas. Super cool to see. I'm looking for some other questions. What we got? Pakasad says, I put $100 in Pepe and now it's $500. I'm tempted to let it ride, or should I swap some for Gallo, which has dropped a lot? Pakasad, I'm going to answer your question, my friend. I hope you're still watching. Great question. Somebody put $100 into Pepe, turned it into $500. Beautiful 5x. At the very least, and this is not financial advice, but if you are asking me, I'll tell you, and do your own research. I'd take out my $100 at least, and then you can let the rest ride, but don't lose your $100. You won. Take your win. Or you really want to win? Take $200 out. You still got $300 in the coin, which is great. If it really does become the next Shiba Inu or Dogecoin, you're going to make a good amount of money on it. Sure, you could have made more, but pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. Don't be greedy. Take some profits. And that goes for anybody with any coin that they're up on. Pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. Don't be greedy, guys. Don't be greedy. Okay. I hope that helps you. I hope you understand. Drifty put 220 into Pepe, now 4K. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful work there. Yeah, I mean, maybe there's more room, or maybe Michael Artezi, maybe you're right. Maybe it's about to rug soon. Going to be very, very interesting. And now you see a bunch of people coming out with all these alternative Pepe tokens. You see people coming out with Pepe CRO. I was just in a Twitter space where I was talking with the marketing chief executive for Pepe CRO. I don't know. I don't really trust it. It's like 5 whales that are propping it up. I don't really trust it. But if you guys want to take a shot, it's gambling. Meme coins are gambling. Whether it's Pepe, the original Pepe, or one of these alternative Pepes, any altcoin is gambling. If you're up, take some profits. I hope you took some profits, Drifty. I hope you took some profits. I mean, not financial advice, but money's good in your pocket. Money's good in your pocket. Maybe not in the bank, but in your pocket. And then spend it on something. I actually prefer to keep my money in Bitcoin. My bank account's always very low because I get paychecks, and then I buy some Bitcoin, Ethereum, some CRO, some crypto, maybe an NFT that I like, whatever it is. So that's really kind of what I look at. I bank with crypto, truly. And then if I need to buy something, I'm getting married later this year. Very excited. If I need to buy something, I'll just sell a little bit of crypto and boom, then I'll be able to go buy that thing that I need to buy, pay that vendor, buy an altcoin. I don't know, whatever it might be. So that's kind of the way that I approach it. But be careful, guys. There's a lot of people that come into crypto and just start gambling, and gotta have your secure bags. You gotta have the things that are real here for the long term. And then if you want to take some gambles, I totally get it. I totally respect it as well. Just don't invest more than you're willing to lose, please. Pakisad says, true, fees are very high on ETH. Yes. So great point. Now, that is one of the reasons that I put in like a full ETH worth into Pepe, because the fees are so darn high on MetaMask, which is why I believe that if this thing gets listed, to your point, Pocket. Now, this is a great example. The projects that you can't buy on regular exchanges like crypto.com, Binance, you got to buy them on MetaMask and Uniswap sometimes, and the fees are ridiculous. And so for the little guys, for people buying $50, $100 worth, it's not worth it because fees are anywhere from $30 to $150 on MetaMask, at least from what I've seen. And, it's like, well, if I put in $100, I'm going to lose $50 right out of the gate. Now, I just already got a 50% loss to start out my new investment. And then on the way out, if I make, say you 2x, you're back at $100, there's another $50 fee. I lost $50. So it doesn't really make sense. But I think that when and if this token or other new tokens get listed on exchanges, then you'll start to see a lot more volume come into them. Why? Because then you're not worried about the fees. Then you don't have to pay those big fees. So that's kind of why I did pull the trigger on this thing after it's so high, because I think there's a lot of people that still didn't get in it that want to get in it and will get in it when it gets listed on some of these exchanges. So that's kind of my thought on it. Very, very interesting. You got Nestor Uribe saying, taking a shot with Pepe Crow. Good luck. Good luck. And asking, if we're honest, what's real besides BTC? He says, yet we are making all the money with these tokens, but always do your own research and invest more than you can. Yes, always do your own research. Don't invest more than you're willing to lose. There's a lot of coins that are real, though, besides Bitcoin. Bitcoin's certainly the king. It's got a $600 billion-ish, a little under $600 billion market, $500 billion market cap right now. Yeah, I mean, Ethereum's clearly real. There's clearly a lot of real. Cronos is a real project. I can use the Cronos chain every single day. I did transactions on it today. I'll do more transactions on it tomorrow. I take my interest for my Crow coins. So there's a lot of real things out there. But there's also a lot of not real things out there. One great example is Pepe token. This is just a meme. It's a meme. It's a picture of a frog. It's been around for a long time. There's been many Pepe tokens that have never really done anything, but this one came out. They launched a roadmap. They launched a supply of like 420 trillion, 69 billion supply, I think is what it is, or something like that. It's funny. It's comedical, but yet people buy it. Safe Moon was something that people bought in the last bull market. You see people buy Shiba Inu. I've seen so many other tokens that people bought that weren't real. So, anything could go up, but do your research, guys. Yeah, to your point, do research and put most of your money in the big boys. Don't put all your money in these little gambling tokens. There's going to be a lot of plays coming out in the bull market, but please, please, please don't overdo the risk, guys. Don't overdo the risk. I'm going to take a peek at the Crow versus Bitcoin chart real quick. Let's just see where we're doing for Crow versus Bitcoin right now. If you do look at the chart, Crow versus Bitcoin, unfortunately, coming back down. Now, we were pretty excited about this. I was watching this Crow versus Bitcoin chart, and it looked like Crow was taking a big move up. And my blue line, I'm going to move it now. We're going to move it over here because this is really, I think, the truth of it. We were making a good move up. We were scooping. Now, hopefully, we get a bounce off this yellow line and more move to the upside. I really, really hope, guys, we do not get this move for Crow. 37% more downside versus Bitcoin. Is it possible? Certainly. I certainly hope it doesn't happen, though. I would more so like to see us go back up to the top of this channel another 13%, making our way back up towards like 8 or 9 cents. And then hopefully get back to kind of these FTX collapse levels for CRO versus Bitcoin. Moving on up here. We're going to need to see a breakout above this blue line. We thought we were going to get it here, potentially. We said we needed to confirm, and this is, so I hope you guys have been watching, because I said, how do I know if this is going to happen? We need to see the body of this green candle close above this blue line. We did not get that. And now we have a red candle. If this can turn green, close above this blue line, maybe we continue to move up. If we close below this, maybe a little more sideways action, possibly a little downward action before we move back up. But back it up, guys. Go back to the beginning of this video, this live stream. There's so many bullish reasons why CRO not only will go back to $1, I believe it will. It's not financial advice, but to the $3 to $5 range in the next bull market. I just see no reason why that shouldn't happen. See no reason why that shouldn't happen at all. Let me take another peek for some other questions before I wrap it up here. Let's see what else we got. $840 million cap for Pepe right now. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's see what else we got. Blue Spade launch. Blue Spade launch May 15th on Cronos. Don't know what that is. But the more the merrier. The more news we get, the more partnerships we get, the more launches on Cronos, the better off we'll be. The better off we'll be as CRO token holders. Young is predicting an explosion at the end of May to end of June. Major bull run. Getting ready for the bull run. I'd love to see that. Some people say sell in May, walk away. I say forget that. You know, I don't believe in those sayings. I don't believe in them at all. I believe in black swan events. I believe in 4-year cycles. I believe in momentum. We have a lot of momentum to the upside. I also believe that nothing goes straight up. So you could argue there's a retracement due for Bitcoin right now. And I could say absolutely. You could also argue that Bitcoin's going to go to $80,000 before the end of the year. And I could say that'd be awesome. Sure, why not? It could be possible. I think the more likely scenario is something around 30 to anywhere from $20 to $45,000. Black Sea and I talk about it a lot. So anything in there would make sense to me, but getting excited. Why no Pepe listing in CRO? I think they're going to do it. I think eventually they're going to list Pepe in crypto.com on Binance. I bet you Binance is the first to do it. If I had to bet, I'd say Binance does it first. Then maybe crypto.com, then maybe Coinbase. And if Robinhood listed it, watch out. This thing could be, if Robinhood lists it, I think that would maybe be the most bullish case scenario overall. After all, like that, you get to those game stonk people, everybody, the diamond handlers for the game stonks, AMC, they would ape in, or leap in. They would leap in like a frog to Pepe if it went on Robinhood, probably. So, actually, does anyone know if a VPN would get access quicker? VPN access quicker to what? VPN access to what? Some exchanges you can access via VPN. Some you can't. I'm curious what your thoughts are there and what you were asking about there. But yes, smash up the like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. We do 5 videos every single day. I love taking questions from the community. We talk about crypto.com, meme tokens. We talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, some of the new tokens that are launching, and we're going to keep this thing coming. We will not stop. I intend on doing this channel for the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years. Who knows? Maybe I'll be 80 years old. I'll still be doing it, the Crypto Report YouTube channel. But we are so excited. We just want to bring more content to you guys, get it better and better. If you've been watching us since the beginning, I hope you've seen that the content quality has just gone up and up. The goal is to continue to up our game every single time for you guys. We want to keep you guys as informed as possible, give you real opinions, the truth. You know, if I ape into a coin, I'll let you know. But I'll also tell you, be careful. You know, don't do what I do just because I did it. You know, do your own research, take your own risk, guys. Don't invest more than you're willing to lose. Turn on the notification bell to stay up to date with everything crypto. Yeah, so Benny Blue Eyes asking, can you access an exchange outside of the US with a VPN? Yes, some of them. No, for some of them. You could do it with Binance for a while. You can't do it with Binance anymore. You could do it with BitGet for a while. No, you could do it with Bybit for a while. I don't think you can do it with Bybit anymore in the US. So there's some you can, some you can't. They are pretty darn strict. They're pretty darn strict. Because the trick is you can do it if they don't have a KYC. If they ask you what your identity is, if it's an exchange outside of the US that wants to KYC, well, they're going to require your license. And whether you use a VPN showing you're in Germany, they're going to get your license, and that shows you're a US citizen. So, that's the restriction, KYC. And I think KYC is good for the record. I'm a fan of KYC. I just want to be compliant so we can get more volume, more people into the crypto markets. Uncle Sam wants a cut. They want to know your customers so they can tax you, which stinks, but that's all right. We're going to make some money. If you're paying taxes on gains, well, then it's a good thing. Why? Well, because you made money. So that's kind of the way that I see it. But Michael Artezi says, I remember watching before Black Sea. Yep, Black Sea hopped in probably, I don't know, 500 or 600 videos ago, something like that. So again, we're trying to add more content. I can only do so many videos in a day. I got a full-time job, and Black Sea wanted to get in there. He helps me with a lot on the channel and then puts out his own great content. And we both have two different opinions, so that's what you're going to get. I don't think he's way more skeptical on Pepe than me right now, which is a smart thing too. You got to have two sides of the argument. And if he was here, we'd probably be going back and forth on why he's probably not going to get it. I think he's not. I don't want to speak for him. I'm not sure. I'm at this point, I know he hasn't bought it. I don't think he wants it. But it's interesting to kind of see, why one wants it, why the other doesn't, why. I think he might be a little more towards the bearish May scenario, which is totally reasonable as well. The truth is if anybody tells you what's coming next, then they're lying to you. They're lying to you. I don't know the future. Black Sea doesn't know the future. No YouTuber knows the future. You could have the most professional trader out there. They could draw all the technos in the world. They don't know the future. Maybe they have a little better prediction than somebody else, but anything could happen. A black swan event comes out and changes. So we'll just keep it real here, guys. We'll keep it real. We're not going to agree on everything, and we'll just keep coming out with stories as we get them. And we'll keep taking questions from the community. It's a lot of fun. Michael Artezi, good night, my friend. And I'm out of here as well. I am out of here as well. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I'm Crypto Kip. This is the Crypto Report. Don't forget to smash up the like button. If you haven't done so, X out of the live chat. Hit the like button. If you love crypto, you want to make some gains on CRO, help us by pushing the content in the YouTube algorithm. Just tap that like button and subscribe for more content, guys. Giveaways to come, a lot more news as we heat up towards another bull run. I'm Crypto Kip. This is the Crypto Report. As always, guys, don't forget to DCA, HODL, and we'll see you in the next one. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. We'll see you next time. Peace.